Effective Interviews Part 1. What is an interview and for what reasons do we have interviews? In this presentation, I will discuss the important steps in an interview, creating and practicing effective interview questions, and creating an interview document. There are 5 important steps when doing an interview. The first step is contacting the person you would like to interview. This person will be called the interviewee. You should arrange a time and place where you can meet. Pause this video to answer questions 1 and 2. You will be the interviewer asking the questions. The interviewee is the person giving you the answers. In step 2, you will define your goals or purpose. Decide what you want to know about your interviewee. Ask yourself the question, why am I interviewing this person? Then in step 3, prepare your interview questions. This will require some research to get information about the interviewee's career and possibly the company that they work for. With a good understanding of the interviewee's career, you will be able to write good questions. Pause this video to answer questions 3, 4, and 5. In step 4, you will meet your interviewee at the arranged place and time to ask your questions. Listen carefully to him or her in case you have a need to ask any additional questions. When you are finished your interview, it's important to thank your interviewee for their time. After the interview, your final step will be to document the interview. This can be done by a transcript or a summary. These will be explained later in part 2 of this video. Now let me give you details about planning a successful interview. As I explained earlier, in step 2, you must begin with a goal or purpose and think about the question, what do I need to know? Or to define your goal, fill in the gap to the sentence, I want to know what? For example, if my interviewee works in Lane Hospital as a nurse, my goal could be, I want to know what education is needed to become a nurse. To define your purpose, you need to decide the reason why you are doing the interview. Are you investigating, examining, or gaining knowledge about something in the interview? For example, again, if my interviewee is a nurse, I might want to investigate his or her thoughts and opinions about the positive and negative aspects of their career. Pause this video to answer questions 6, 7, and 8. When you have the goal or purpose, you should make a list of items you want to discuss in your interview. Use what you've learned from your research. For example, my list when interviewing a nurse would be education needed, working hours, attitudes in the workplace, treatment by doctors and patients, and job satisfaction. After listing your ideas, you can now begin writing your questions. These questions should be the right types of questions. Pause this video to discuss the following. You want to use open-ended questions that allow the interviewee to give you details about the question. Avoid asking close-ended questions where you only have a yes or no answer.
Created using Part1.